that's the key. No more starving, getting rid of inflammation. Choosing healthy choices, providing you with sound information. Bringing balance to hormones and insulin through food. With DFL, teaching you food choices to see it through. DFL, we're teaching you to eat food right. Teaching you to pair food with each bite.
With each bite.
Boosting our body's microbiome.
With each bite.
With diet-free life.
Woo!
It helps features lose bite.
All right, everybody. This is Roberto Lorenzo Ferguson. Yes, I am your nutritionist, a guy who shares because I care. And I have been on vacation. And if you've missed me, I'm back. And today, like all other days, whenever I share information, my goal is for you to become better informed, if that makes sense. Well, I hope that makes sense. And when I say better informed, we're talking about putting yourself in a situation where you can optimize your health. And as you know, our first wealth is our health, and taking care of yourself and putting yourself in a position where you can thrive with your health. I mean, that's what it's all about. Now, today, I'm going to talk about Kevin Hart, the comedian, actor. And I'm going to share with you something that isn't good, right? Because he started this business and opened up these restaurants that were framed around being a vegan. A lot of promises that came with that. Spent a lot of time, a lot of money. And now those restaurants have come to a close. Now, I'm not celebrating that at all. No one wants to see anyone's business, or at least I don't, not make it. I mean, we live in trying times. It's difficult out there. However, there is a silver lining when it comes to Kevin Hart's restaurants closing. And I'm going to explain that to you because it's information that you want to know about. Now, before I get into that, if you look under the description, you will see that we have a free newsletter. So I recommend you sign up for that. And I have a free online seminar. It's not long. That will teach you about seed oils, vegetable oils, bring some light to that, and show you how you can actually begin doing something that can correct it. Because seed oils are not a good thing. And this is why I'm talking about Kevin Hart's restaurants. So let me just tell you, I went to his restaurant and I kept meaning to do a live and to talk about this restaurant. And I have some friends that work with Kevin Hart, that know Kevin Hart. I wish I could have talked to him before he opened up these restaurants. Who knows if it would have made any difference in the restaurants being open. But what I didn't like about the restaurant, and I got this confirmed when I went to the restaurant, is I asked them, what oils do you cook your food in? And the young lady at the front was very clear and with total confidence said, we use rice bran oil. Now, rice bran oil may sound like it's healthy to you, but rice bran, like safflower oil, sunflower oil, grapeseed oil, canola oil, has a good amount of linoleic acid in it, which is pro-inflammatory, causes inflammation, tied into oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is probably and arguably the foundation to most chronic illnesses that people are experiencing. If you feel that you have inflammation in your body, seed oils play a role in causing that inflammation. If you feel that a whole bunch of challenges are coming your way as it pertains to your health, somewhere in that landscape, seed oils is playing a role. Seed oils are absolutely one of the worst things that you could put into your body. And over time, it's going to show up in something that you don't want. It could cause you to age faster on the outside. It just makes everything bad. And there's a study that came out recently, which I'm going to talk about soon, where they looked at fat cells And over the years, we've more than doubled in the last 50 years as far as how much of these negative oils get stored in your fat cells. Get stored in your fat cells. It's doubled in the last 50 years. And it's even higher in kids and babies who are consuming formulas instead of getting breast milk. They've tested this. There's study after study. And in this one study, when they did a review on linoleic acid, the seed oils, and why they're showing up and causing all these problems, they pointed out one thing that I want to share with you before I go into Kevin Hart. And that is that these oils get in your fat cells and can be there for 680 days. And it takes about 6 years to get rid of them and get it back down to the normal amount of those negative seed oils that's stored in your fat cells to get it back to where it would naturally be. Because seed oils, they fall into the category of omega-6 polyunsaturated fats. That's not a bad thing, omega-6. The problem and the bad thing is when we get too much of it. And that's the world we live in right now. In helping you lose weight, if you want to improve your health, if you want to take everything to the next level, schedule a free consultation with me or get with one of our coaches. We can guide you. You don't have to do this alone, because how are you going to know what's real and what's not? Well, having a coach will help provide clarity so you're not guessing. And when you have clarity, you can then have confidence that it's going to work out. Okay. I want to play this clip. Let's take a look. This was on the news when they talked about Kevin Hart's restaurants closing. And remember, as I said, the oil they were using in serving people was rice bran, which is a seed oil. That's why I'm happy the restaurants closed, unless I could have talked to them and we could have replaced the oils. But let's take a look.
Fast food chain restaurant has abruptly closed. According to LAeater.com, Hart House shut down all 4 of its locations this week in Hollywood, Westchester, Monrovia, and University Park South. The restaurant debuted in 2022. No word on why the chain is closing down, but the company's CEO released a statement saying, in part, "We thank our committed team, our customers, and our community partners for helping make the change we all craved and for their unwavering support of Hart House."
Well, again, I'm sorry that those restaurants closed, but I'm not sorry that they're closed because they were using an oil. I mean, imagine going to a restaurant, believing that you're about to become healthier, feeling like you're going the extra distance, right? You're going the extra mile to be as healthy as possible, only to find out that for years, if you're eating this food, you are slowly creating damage on a cellular level that shows up in inflammation, that shows up in autoimmune challenges that people are living with. It puts you in a position where you start to age faster. It's like, man, where's this coming from? And you believe that you're doing everything right. This is why I'm bringing this up. Okay. Let me play a little B-roll for you. Let's play a little B-roll as I kind of walk you through this. When I was looking at one of the articles, I believe this was People Magazine, before the restaurant opened, this is what they said. They promised, okay, Kevin Hart's restaurant, that the food would not contain preservatives, artificial colors, hormones, antibiotics, high fructose corn syrup, trans fats, or cholesterol. But they forgot to tell you that they cook everything with rice bran oil, which, in my opinion, aside from trans fats, which is no longer supposed to be used in any of the foods, if you remove trans fats right there next to high fructose corn syrup, which I believe is dangerous and causes problems, we have rice bran, a seed oil. So again, imagine going to this restaurant really feeling that you're doing everything right. That you're doing everything right. These seed oils, not only are they just absolutely horrible based on them being a seed oil, a vegetable oil. And when I say horrible, I'm talking about your health, right? They just create oxidative stress, meaning you have way more free radicals in your body, which can trigger cancer. I mean, there's nothing positive that comes out of consuming seed oils on a regular basis. Not one positive thing at all. You could be eating everything right, but by consuming seed oils on a regular basis, that compound effect starts to get into your fat cells. Your cells starts messing with and disrupting your cell membrane all over your body. Then the cells can't communicate efficiently. It's mind-blowing to me that it's even part of our food consumption. That is part of how a lot of countries are now being wired, because we're consuming seed oil on top of seed oil, and that is not good. Now, when I first think of seed oils, okay, knowing what they are, they're very high in omega-6, which is pro-inflammatory. It is essential. But when you think about seed oils and you just think about how they're made, the process of seed oils is sickening. It is absolutely disgusting how they make them. So they're heating up the oil, cooling it down, heating it up, cooling it down, deodorizing it, getting rid of the putrid smell that comes with it, and then making it look really pretty and putting it in a clear glass so more light is hitting it. And then they say, here, use this when you're cooking. It's not good. It's already damaged goods before we even buy it at the store. And then we consume it. Nothing positive comes about because of the consumption of seed oils. Not one thing. Now, if I was going to pan fry something, I use extra virgin olive oil. Not just olive oil, but extra virgin olive oil. If I don't see the word extra virgin, then that olive oil, based on what we've seen in multiple studies, is not olive oil. There's a good chance it may be soybean oil, unless you know exactly what it needs to taste like when you have olive oil. So extra virgin olive oil is the oil that I would use if you're going to deep fry anything. And I know we have moments, whether it's a deep fried turkey or maybe you want to make some fried chicken. Use like a refined fruit oil, something like palm oil, if you can find it, or maybe go with peanut oil, which is what I keep in my house when I want to have that deep fried something. Other than that, if I can cook it on the pan or throw it in an oven, or even use my air fryer, I'm using extra virgin olive oil. And when that's not the case, I'm using grass-fed butter. I even have some ghee that you could use. I have some tallow, right? Some of you may want to go for lard. That's way healthier than these seed oils. And I know it can get confusing, because if you went to the American Heart Association's website right now, you will see that they're advocating seed oils. And this is where you have hypocrisy at the highest level. We know the negatives of seed oils, but yet the people that you're wanting to trust, and American Heart Association, they're not the government, but they're tied in with the government. They bring in more money than any nonprofit in America. Yeah, and we're supposed to trust them. But there's a whole long history to why they're compromised. And we've talked about that in the past, and I'll talk about it in the future. But what's important for you to know is that whenever possible, when you go to a restaurant, ask them, what oils do you cook the food in? And believe it or not, they'll be very open. Like one of my favorite restaurants is a place called Wood Ranch. What I like about Wood Ranch is that they have a variety of food. But I also know that when they cook my food, they cook it in butter. Now, it may not be grass-fed butter, but butter is better than seed oils. And you can also be very clear and ask them to cook it in extra virgin olive oil, and they'll do it. And I've heard about this app that's out there where you can get an app and it has a list of all the restaurants that do not use seed oils. Now, we've been talking about seed oils for a long time. We've been talking about trans fats for a long time. Fortunately, even though trans fats we know were killing prematurely close to 100,000 people a year, and it did it for years, and they told you that trans fats were safe. Well, we now know they're not. And I can tell you from day one, when I got into the business of nutrition, 1995, I've always been against trans fats. Now, it took years for them to get rid of the trans fats, but I can honestly and openly say that I was out there saying trans fats are bad, even when I had people that debated with me on it. Now we know conclusively how bad they are and how bad they were, and that's why they're no longer supposed to be in our food supply. The same thing is going to happen with seed oils, but unfortunately, some of you who are not aware of this are going to continue eating these things, not knowing that a big part of why you're having health challenges is because of the foods you've been eating for the last 2, 3, 4, 5, 6+ years. The good news is that you can change it. So I would encourage you, increase your omega-3s, get in some polyphenols. You can learn about that in my free seminar. Just click on the link. I explain this product that I endorse called the Balance Oil. It is a great product. And it's one of those products that if you're going to do anything right in your life, if you're going to eat anything, consume anything that we know is going to give you dividends, pay back to you in a good way, you want it to be this Balance Oil. Every day, I take Balance Oil. Every day, my daughter takes Balance Oil. Every day, my mom takes Balance Oil. Why? Because I care. I care about my health and I care about their health. And any of you who hear me talk about this, at least investigate it, because there is no better nutraceutical supplement that I would recommend everyone. I don't care how fit you are, how unfit you are, everybody would benefit from it. As you're slowly improving your eating habits, right? You're not consuming a lot of seed oils. That's a great thing. Then you want to be bringing in the right thing. So you start to learn what to avoid, and then the focus needs to shift to what not to avoid, but to make sure you get. That's why I love fruits and vegetables. I love the benefits of consuming fruits and vegetables because I know what you get. It's not just about avoiding things. It's about what you're getting. And I hope that makes sense. Okay, any questions for me? Okay, well, good. Well, we'll be back, or we're back. I'll be back on a daily, but I am going to do, I'm hoping to maybe Thursday. So if you're catching this on a Tuesday, which is, I'm recording live on October 8th. On October 10th, I'm looking to do a free seminar to show you this study that came out that shows you how damaging the consumption of a significant amount of linoleic is. That's omega-6. That's the bad oils, the ones that are pro-inflammatory. I'm going to share with you a nice little seminar, good information, and I'll also share with you exactly what oils to avoid, like sunflower, safflower. You want to know. And then, of course, what oils to bring in. And I'll bring clarity to a lot of things. Like some people will hear me say, well, don't you want to get an oil that has a high smoke point? And I go, no, because if you're going to deep fry, you want to go with a refined oil. Otherwise, it'll taste absolutely horrible. And a refined oil, like a peanut oil, okay, if I'm doing that occasionally, not a problem. But if you're deep frying, okay, with these seed oils, you're setting yourself up for nothing but just problems. You know, like you start to see certain people, their skin starts to get real patchy, like dark in certain areas. You start to see skin tags start to pop up here and there. All of that is tied in to insulin resistance, which then brings in seed oils. And if you're feeling inflamed, seed oils are not our friend. They're not. So I want to encourage you to stay with me, rock with me, and just keep learning and keep applying, keep learning and then applying. Okay. And right now, sorry, Kevin Hart, did your restaurant close? However, hopefully somebody will share this with you. And if you ever open up another restaurant again, then make sure you're not using seed oils because they are not our friend. All right. So other than that, you guys, I don't see any questions today. Seems like everybody's dealing with a lot out there. And when I say dealing with a lot, you know, we have these big storms hitting. I have friends in North Carolina, my favorite city of all time, Asheville, people in Florida, the Carolinas, Georgia. God bless you. I 1000% am praying for you. I have coaches in these areas, family members in these areas. It is not good. And so sending positive vibes, positive energy, a lot of blessings that you and your family are okay and that we get through this. You definitely have my support. I talked to Catherine this morning who just went through it. A tree fell on her car. God bless you, Catherine. Marilyn, I gave you a call earlier. I hope you're doing well. So for those of you who know me and you're in those areas and we have not talked, then send me a little text message. Let me know you're okay. All right. What's up, Bernadette? You should give me a call. Let's catch up again. Everything that I'm talking about, Bernadette, is coming to fruition. We're seeing it happen. The balanced oil is the real deal. It is the real deal. So I hope we can get you on board. I really, really do. All right, you guys. I'm Robert Ferguson. Thank you for giving me the time. And until the next one, be well and God bless. Peace out.
There's a new way to see. No more counting calories, just living free. Robert Ferguson's got the plan you need. With diet-free life, it's the key. No more starving, getting rid of inflammation. Choosing healthy choices, providing you with sound information. Bringing balance to hormones and insulin through food. With DFL, teaching you food choices to see you through. DFL, we're teaching you to eat food